What's chill, world? Welcome to episode 5 of Rucker the GOAT. UFC 258 Usman vs. Burns airs this Saturday, February 13th, coming live from UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. What's chill, world? Welcome to the episode of Rucker the GOAT, a channel where we cover everything combat sports. I'm your host, Key-Ruck, aka Rucker the GOAT. And if you're new to the channel, if you find this video helpful in any way, please consider subscribing and clicking that post notification bell so you'll be the first to know when new content becomes available. Usman vs. Burns will air this Saturday, February 13th. The early prelims will start at 6:15 Eastern Standard Time on ESPN+. The prelims will start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN and ESPN+. And you know, the main event, the main card, the main show of the night, the main card starts at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on pay-per-view. Woo! That card is starting off really good. We're gonna start off with a banger right out the gate. We're starting off with Pedro Munoz versus Jimmy Rivera. Let's note one thing, both of these fighters have a loss to Aljamain Sterling. Let's start off with Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy Rivera is a wrestler with a professional record of 23-4. Shifting gears over to Pedro Munoz. Pedro Munoz is a BJJ specialist. Pedro Munoz is the taller fighter at 5'6" and holds a professional record of 18-5, 5 KOs and 8 submissions. When you think about Pedro Munoz, you think straight finisher. He's finished some of the best people in the bantamweight division. Not only is he dangerous on the ground, he's finishing people with his bare hands. He finished Cody Garbrandt, the former bantamweight champion. This is going to be a great fight to start the night with. When you combine Pedro Munoz being a finisher, combined with him being a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist and the taller fighter, with 13 of 18 of his fights coming by way of finish, I'm going to have to go with Pedro Munoz in this fight. Our next fight in the middleweight division is going to be Kelvin Gastelum versus Ian Heinisch. Ian Heinisch has a professional record of 14-3. 5 of his wins have come by knockout and 2 have come by submission. This is not as good because of his last 3 fights, he's only won 1 of them. Shifting gears over to Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum has a professional record of 16-6 in the octagon. 6 of those victories have come by way of knockout and 5 have come by way of submission. All things considered, both of these fighters are coming off of a few losses. So it could go either way because both of them have something to prove. They both have recent losses. Kelvin Gastelum most notably has losses from high-level opposition. He's lost to Jack Hermansson, Darren Till, and Israel Adesanya. Both fighters are coming off of big losses, but if I was a betting man, I'm gonna go with Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum is more of a finisher and he has more submissions. Kelvin Gastelum, obviously you've been on a 3-fight skid, but you're gonna show these people that you're a force to be reckoned with. Why they should not mess with you in the middleweight division. Oh my God. Now this next fight is gonna be one of my favorite fights of the entire card. It's gonna be Maycee Barber versus Alexa Grasso. So we're gonna start with Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso has a professional record of 12-3 with 4 of those coming by way of knockout. One thing about Alexa Grasso, I'm not saying that she's not a tough competitor, but lately she's been on a trend where she'll lose one, she'll win one, she'll lose one, she'll win one. So she's kind of a dice roll. You don't know if she's gonna win, you don't know if she's gonna lose. Hate to say it like this. Her career is trending more in an Anthony Pettis route, where she'll win one, she'll lose one, she'll win one, she'll lose one. And in the UFC, that's kind of dice rolly. That is not a good thing, even though she's only had 3 losses. Shifting gears over to Maycee Barber. Maycee Barber is a finisher. Maycee Barber has a professional record of 8-1, 5 by knockout and 2 by submission. She's only had 1 fight go to decision. It's insane. She's finished 7 of her 8 fights. Maycee Barber is a finisher. Maycee Barber will send you to the clinic. Maycee Barber is the truth. There's no doubt in my mind, no disrespect to Alexa Grasso, but there is no way in my mind that I'm not gonna have to go with Maycee Barber on this one. Maycee Barber is a finisher. Maycee Barber is gonna have Tempur-Pedic mattresses sales going up because all of her opponents gonna need one to recover their body once they lose. She stops people. She's a crazy finisher. She is not gonna let this go to decision. I cannot wait to see this fight. No disrespect to Alexa Grasso, but I have no doubt in my mind that Maycee Barber is coming away with the victory, most likely by stoppage. Please tune in for Maycee Barber versus Alexa Grasso. You do not want to miss this fight. Our next fight is going to be in the middleweight division between 2 exciting fighters. It's going to be the former champion Chris Weidman versus Uriah Hall. Chris Usman is an All-American wrestler with a professional record of 15-5. 6 of his wins come by way of knockout and 5 come by way of submission. For those of you who don't know, Chris Usman is the former UFC middleweight champion who took the belt from arguably the best middleweight that the UFC has ever seen, Anderson Silva. However, in his last 5 fights, he's only won 2 fights and the 3 losses have all come by way of knockout. Obviously, this is kind of concerning as we shift gears over to Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall is a striker, a second-degree black belt who holds a professional record of 17 victories and 9 losses. Uriah Hall has a staggering 13 knockouts and 1 submission. Uriah Hall is on a 3-fight win streak with 2 of them coming by way of knockout. This one is definitely going to be a banger. I doubt this one goes to decision because let's not discredit Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman, he can finish you. He can knock you out with his hands. He also has some of the best wrestling in the game. The only thing that I question with Chris Weidman, can his chin hold up to a striker like Uriah Hall? Because Uriah Hall has 13 knockouts. So with all of that being considered, I'm going to have to favor Uriah Hall in this one because Uriah Hall has 13 knockouts. 2 of his last 3 are by way of knockout. Let's be honest. He has 2 recent knockouts. He's on a 3-fight win streak. 2 of those are knockouts. So why wouldn't I favor somebody who has the kryptonite to somebody who just got knocked out 3 of the last 5 fights that he's had? No disrespect to Chris Weidman, but I'm going to favor Uriah Hall to take this one. This fight is for gold. This fight is for the welterweight champion in the UFC, the best promotion on this planet. This fight is between the Korean Nightmare, Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. Man, this is gonna be an amazing fight. Let's start with the challenger, Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns, since he's moved to welterweight, has been on a tear. Gilbert Burns has a current professional record of 19-3. He's ranked number 2 in the welterweight division. Trash, I'm gonna stop you right there. First of all, he's ranked number 1 in the welterweight division. Second of all, have you seen the way he sparked Damian Maya? Have you seen the bombs in the Rio hand? Stop playing with me. And third of all, he a 3-time BJJ world champion. Put some respect on Durinho's name. But I'm gonna get your channel back though. No hard feelings, right? 6 of his victories have come by way of knockout and 8 of his victories have come by way of submission. He is not bringing this to decision. He is a finisher. He's been very, very impressive. Like, let's look at his recent pedigree. He's submitted people on the ground. He's doing everything. He has bombs in both hands. Most notably, he just finished Damian Maya. People are trying to discredit that because Damian Maya is older, but Damian Maya is a danger to be reckoned with on the ground. He finished a tough, durable Damian Maya. This is crazy. And then right after that, he goes against top opposition at the time. I believe he was ranked number 5 at the time, the former welterweight champion in Tyron Woodley, and he dominated him the entire fight. He almost finished him. It was like another nightmare. It's like he's super hungry. I don't know what. This one is so dicey. Like, this one is super, super dicey. Gilbert Burns is so hungry. He's better. And the crazy thing is, him and Kamaru Usman are former training partners, so you don't know how it's gonna go. Each person knows each other very, very well. They know each other's injuries. They know each other's strengths. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. This is going to be insane. And he's on an amazing 6-fight win streak. Now, if you thought Gilbert Burns' pedigree was impressive, let's shift gears over to the Korean Nightmare, aka
Nigerian,
the welterweight champion of the world, the undisputed Korean Nightmare, Kamaru Usman. We have to give the champ some credit. The welterweight champion Kamaru Usman has a current professional record of 17-1, and that one loss was not in the UFC. 7 of his victories have come by way of knockout, and 1 have come by way of submission. At the time of this recording, Kamaru Usman has currently defended his title 3 times. Kamaru's one loss came before the UFC in 2015. Kamaru Usman, who's the greater wrestler, or the BJJ specialist, Gilbert Burns? This one's super hard, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy because it's the classic superior wrestler versus superior Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist, black belt. It's so hard. Like, Kamaru Usman has some of the best wrestling we've ever seen in the UFC, we ever seen in history. He is an amazing wrestler. If you look into the past, you see some of his cage work he did versus Jorge Masvidal, who's been on a tear recently, who's one of the greatest strikers in the UFC. You see what he did in the fight where he won the belt versus Tyron Woodley. He beat someone who is great at wrestling in Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley had a black belt of his own, but that night that he went against Kamaru Usman, it was his night. I'm not gonna lie, like, he beat up Tyron Woodley, and Tyron Woodley beats people up. I hate to be the matchmaker for this fight because both of these fighters know each other. They're former training partners. Kamaru Usman knows all of Gilbert Burns' weaknesses. Gilbert Burns knows all of Kamaru Usman's weaknesses. They know each other's injuries. They know each other's strengths. They know each other's weaknesses. It is so dicey. So for this one, I'm not gonna lie, this could definitely go either way. People are discrediting Gilbert Burns because Gilbert Burns has more losses, maybe in the past, but Gilbert Burns is on a 6-fight win streak. He's super hungry. He was very dominant, arguably just as dominant as Kamaru Usman was when they both fought Tyron Woodley. This is going to be an insane main event. I can't guarantee that Kamaru Usman can pull this one off. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, people don't discredit Gilbert Burns. I'm telling you, both of these fighters, they know each other in and out. This could go either way. People don't understand that although Gilbert Burns is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, he has bombs in his hands. Do you see how he's just sparking people with his hands? He's finishing people, and then he can finish you in many ways on the ground. This is going to be an amazing main event. You don't want to miss it. So I feel this one is going to go to decision. I'm being honest, like, both of these are like high level competitors. I don't know who's going to win. And with that being said, episode 5 is in the books. Those of you watching at home, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe. Also, comment in the comment section below what type of content you would like to see in the future. Would you like to see more post-fight predictions? Would you like to see more post-fight recaps? Would you like to see more rising stars, more legend videos? Let me know in the comment section below. That's the only way I'm gonna know. Again, I'm your host, K-Ruck, aka Ruck of the GOAT. And when life comes at you hard, always remember to roll with the punches. Thanks for watching.